Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor. It's Friday night. Let's party and get in today's show. Party around the crypto market. So, with the election on Tuesday of next week, we got a relatively sideways, uncertain market as of right now. Bitcoin is at $69,600. ETH is trading for $2,500 currently. Coming back down to that major macro trend line, again, that bull market trend line for Ether. And in general, if we look at this market on the crypto bubbles, it's pretty flat. A few percent up on some coins, few percent down on some coins in the top 100, but not necessarily a ton of movement here. And that is likely because of election uncertainty. So let's look at the Bitcoin chart before we talk about that election and get into all that you need to know for that 2024 presidential election when it pertains, or how it pertains to the crypto market. But let's look at Bitcoin first. So this orange line up top, here's your all-time high. It's $73,950. Price essentially just front ran that level, and we have sold off back down here into a very, very important support level. Better represented on this chart here. This very important support level is the must flip and hold $68,500 level. Now, $68,500 is the specific price I have, but in reality, this red zone is that must flip and hold level. And the price for this is at $69,000 essentially, down to $67,500. All right, in the middle of that is right there at around 68.5K. But this was the major supply zone throughout the 8-month range on Bitcoin. Right, price cannot break above this level convincingly. Denied over here in July. And we have finally broken through above that just a few days ago on Monday. And we've pulled back right to the breakout level essentially. So if we're going to stay in a very strong, aggressive uptrend, well, then we'll see the red box, the 68.5K key level hold. Also notice we have a new channel that's formed here, marked with these key lows. And then utilizing these highs as anchor points, we have actually a new parallel channel here. And notice how the midline coincides perfectly with our major support level. So if we're going to stay in an aggressive uptrend, we would like to see Bitcoin hold this red box. And that is certainly a possibility. And that's the most bullish possibility that could happen for the market here heading into next Tuesday, November 4th, the 2024 presidential election. There is wiggle room, though, for Bitcoin to drop lower. All right, we have a low on the daily time frame. We have this wick low here. It's at 64,700. But in reality, kind of the major pivot is down here, closer to 63K. This level up here, really 63,500. All right, so we have room to fall down here to the bottom of this channel. But we don't want to see that happen. All right. Essentially, if we lose this level, we're coming down here. But we don't want to discuss that possibility because I'm personally bullish. I do believe that the crypto market is going to experience a rise over the next few months heading into 2025. If we were to go down here to 63,500, I don't think that would shake it up. I don't think that would change the direction we're going here over the next few months, but it would certainly delay things. All right. And again, if Bitcoin is going to hold this strong, aggressive uptrend it's been in, it will likely hold this level. But this is essentially what you need to know for BTC. All right. We're above the must flip and hold level as of right now. We're going into the weekend. We have the election on Tuesday. It's going to be a little volatile. You can expect whipsaw price action in both directions. Also, there's some talks about retaliation in the Middle East between Iran and Israel. Who knows if some more headline will magically appear, and then moments after, some huge red bars come for Bitcoin. We've seen that happen before. It can certainly happen again. All right, so there's a mix of things in the air. Bitcoin right now at the all-time high resistance, sitting on a must-hold support. Expect volatility. Expect volatility, but these are your key levels mapped out. 68.5K. If we lose that, 63, 64K, that should hold. If we break that, the bullish structure is lost, and that opens up a can of worms. We don't want to lose the bullish structure here. We want to break out into price discovery. So there's what you need to know for Bitcoin. Real quick, let's cover ETH and then Solana. There's really nothing to cover when it comes to Ethereum. Again, right here's your bull market macro trend line from the bear market bottom, June of 2022. Multiple touches on this line. We didn't quite touch it back here in August, but we came pretty close. Also testing some key weekly moving averages. This is the 100 SMA. So ETH likely is bottomed out here. There's really nothing to update. I do still expect it to break to the upside of this orange box. But again, if Bitcoin drops, there's room for ETH to go lower as well. And still holding bullish market structure. Now Solana, the strongest out of the bunch. And for Sol, real quick, before we get into the news and things of that nature. So we have come down into our orange zone. If I put the Monday range on the chart, you can see we are below Monday's low. We were talking about that all week long here on the live streams, right? Look for that Monday low loss. And then prices come into our orange box. Now, 165 is here on the chart with this orange line. If I was looking to buy Solana, I would have limit order set all the way down to the start of this green zone at 158. Very simple. I mean, again, I'm bullish here. I'm expecting good things to happen. We'll get into the election in one moment. But yeah, I mean, if you're trading this market actively, which likely it isn't the best time to trade by any means with the uncertainty that the elections bring. But if you're going to be looking for entries on Sol, I will be looking down to 158, plain and simple, right? Expecting daily demand to provide some kind of positive reaction for this chart, if you do even see the level down at 158. But yeah, orange zone, certainly a level of interest sub 165. And Sol in general, if you look on the weekly, is lagging behind Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin would be up here at 200 if it was Solana, but it's heavily outpacing Ethereum. And once Sol does cross above 185, it likely goes and attacks 200 and the all-time high at 259. This is going to happen very quickly when it does happen. All right, but it doesn't look like it's quite time yet, but hey, that can change next week. So overall, my bias on the market is still bullish. These are our levels, lower. The level is higher for these assets like Bitcoin and Solana. It's literally like the all-time high. We're about to break out into price discovery. So yes, I do have an optimistic belief at this point in time. And just one more thing, Bitcoin dominance is still holding the 60%. All right, so until Bitcoin dominance can actually go into this level, it can go as high as 63.5, as I have here in the chart. Until it goes into here and then reverses, altcoins at large will probably continue to suffer like they have been over the past 8 months. All right, so that's your overall market update. Let's get into some news on the day. So obviously the elections next week. Here are the current odds. Trump's lead is definitely shrinking. You can see by this graph. It's up in the air. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, look, there's a lot of talks about interference and that kind of stuff with this. Right, here's Elon putting the facepalm emoji to this tweet by Libs of TikTok saying that the lady who leaked passwords for voting systems in Colorado is the same person who tried to remove Trump from the ballot in Colorado. So yeah, I mean, there's so much shady stuff going on. You don't really know what the heck is real and what's not. Apparently, Kentucky voting machines are not letting people select a certain candidate. And here is a clip from The Simpsons that actually predicted this exact scenario happening, coincidentally enough. Here's good old Homer. Right, he's trying to press one side, but it just doesn't work. It's amazing how they could just predict all of this stuff decades in advance. It's quite shocking. LOL. So yeah, I mean this seems to be playing out in real life currently, but hey, we'll see what happens when those votes are counted up. Now, in regards to this Bitcoin dominance chart, as well as the total 2, the altcoin market, the total 3, the altcoin market excluding Ethereum as well, right? Still no new capital coming into things. These are just sideways, like they have been for many months. They're not downtrending anymore. They've gone sideways, which is a good sign, right? A sideways accumulation instead of a downtrend. There is a noticeable shift on the daily and weekly timeframes of the market structure from a downtrend to a sideways trend. And then also the others dominance chart, which is the percent of altcoin market cap, essentially continues to decrease right now. So there's no new money coming into altcoins. You have to understand what this means. It means that it's a PvP market. With no new capital coming in, it's just player versus player. People who are already in crypto competing against one another, and a lot of rotations happening between all these various different projects. So here's a tweet by the crypto dog. And this is relevant to the current times. I believe this will change when new inflows begin on altcoins, like they have, say, in October of 2023. Right, here's October 2023. This line, we'll put a vertical line. Right, that was the bottom for altcoins in October. The others dominance rallied 30%. And I mean, my bags pumped like mad. So just to get back to that high in March, it would be what, a 50% move, about 48%. To get back to the all-time high in 2021, it would be a 114% increase on others dominance. That is massive. Anyways, Crypto Dog says you're not trying to dump your bags on normies anymore. You're trying to dump your bags on people selling other bags to buy your bags. Player versus player cycle, PvP. And yes, this is exactly what's happening right now in the altcoin and meme coin markets. Very rotational. So you can play the PvP game, or you can be more of an investor and follow kind of more of Murad's thesis of, say, right, believing in something and kind of just sticking with the thesis and seeing your investments through. So that's certainly the most logical way to go about things, I'd say. It's the less risky way, I would say, when you're not playing in the trenches, trying to basically get into a coin that just launched on Pump Fund and then sell it after a bunch of people buy and before it goes to zero, right? It's the more logical approach to be an investor and form a thesis around an investment and believe in that and see it through. But as of right now, aside from a select few altcoins, I mean, I would say 97% of the altcoin market is in the same boat, right? There are certainly outliers out there that are outperforming, but the total 2 and the total 3 charts really represent the altcoin market at large. It's player versus player right now. When that changes, a lot of bags will pump, some will underperform, but I'm fairly confident that my bags will pump. Moving on. So speaking of meme coins and Murad list and all those things, so a whale went ahead and sold $3.5 million of ticker Bitcoin today. Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. Can't even say that name. It's ridiculous. But anyways, so he bought for 54 grand. He spent 30 Ethereum. And he went ahead and sold for 3.5 mil. Took around $2 million in slippage, I guess it looks like. Right, because his coins were worth 5.3 and he got out 3.5. So yeah, he lost around 1.8 mil by one clip in this bad boy and just getting out of it, exiting. Which is why it's always better to not one clip. But anyways, here's the ticker Bitcoin chart. And to be quite honest with you, it reset the chart. Right? It tested the lows down here. Wicked down beneath this level at 100 million market cap, and it was bought up fairly quickly, as you can see, with the daily candle today. So all this did was basically redistribute supply from one whale to many different holders. And the ticker Bitcoin saying is all you have to do is retain. So I'd imagine that the new holders are looking to retain their tokens and not, one clip them like this one whale did. But in general, I would say it's more of a supply distribution, which is quite bullish actually. But yeah, this happened today. The ticker Bitcoin massive sell. And I do still think that this coin will do quite well, ticker Bitcoin. Here's the chart on the weekly. Your weekly candle is still holding above our breakout line here. But yeah, I mean, this was a quick opportunity. It rose by 100% within minutes of selling off. So if you were at your screen and you saw this happen and you decided to pull the trigger when it was down here, good on you. Nice move. But in general, my thoughts on this are, I'd say that the supply distribution is quite bullish. I think that this is still one of the top cult memes out there. So nice reset of the chart on this one. Price right now at 20 cents, which is considerably down. It's down to like over 50% from that high, or 45%, my mistake. But yeah, this is called a player versus player market. One guy wants to cash out 3.5 mil. He'll do that. And he basically, what he did was he took everyone's money who bought it on the way up. That's the game. Welcome to it if you're new here. And don't hate the player, hate the game, I suppose. But yeah, PvP. This is what it looks like in real time. Even on Murad's list, it can happen. We got a tweet now by Big Dick Bull 69. And Big Dick Bull says, I agree with this take 100%, by the way. He says, when Donald Trump wins the presidential election in a month, 200 plus days of Bitcoin chopping are going to be put to an end with a God candle to all-time highs that will forever price the left out of this asset class. Makes sense. It certainly does make sense. If Trump does win, I think the market, it's tough to call. It is tough to call because on one hand, we know that the crypto market is largely manipulated and people's emotions are manipulated. So we've all been kind of driven to actually think at this moment in time that a Trump victory is going to send the market, right? We've kind of been conditioned to think that with everything that he's saying, how he's campaigning around crypto. Everyone's mind right now is Trump wins, this market's going to pump. That does worry me slightly when everyone's thinking the same thing. It would be very easy to create a sell the news event. And obviously, if Kamala wins, I mean, the market will probably just take a dive immediately off of just an immediate reaction from that news. So yeah, I mean, it's very tough to call. It's very tough to call how the market will react on the day, on the second, on the minute that the results are released. A sell the news event for a Trump victory makes perfect sense, being that we've been conditioned now to think that a Trump victory is going to send the market. It would also make sense if the market did send if Trump won. So basically, the best way that I'm going about this is I'm sitting pretty comfy in my spot positions. I have zero risk of liquidation. I'm holding projects I have conviction in. I believe we're going into a bull market cycle regardless if Trump wins or Kamala wins. So that's how I'm playing it. I mean, it's a reality TV show, basically. Now, the whole political scene here. And it's really a coin toss how the market will react on this election day when we have the results, or the day after. It might be 3 weeks before they can finish counting the votes. Who knows? Who knows the way things go in the U.S.? I saw I think it was the Saudi Arabian prince, or like the president, prime minister, whatever they're called over in Saudi Arabia. He was just mocking the U.S. elections because in California, you don't even need ID to vote. He was basically saying, like, what the hell is this? So, yeah, I mean, it's largely it's a theater. It's a comedy show. It's a complete joke, the U.S. government. But, yeah, we'll see how the crypto market does react to it. And who knows? Maybe we'll have to wait 3 weeks to see who's going to win the presidential election because, we're in 2024 and voting is hard. It's hard to count them properly, I suppose. But yeah, sitting comfy in spot. It's tough to call which direction things will go. But in general, I feel similar to Big Dick Bull here that, the left will be priced out of this asset class forever. LOL. Anyways, let's move on now. So Cointelegraph here, they have a tweet. Salana has surpassed Ethereum DEX volume for the month of October. So Salana is the meme coin chain. Salana is where meme coins go to launch and die. Ethereum, right? DeFi, more legitimate somewhat. Everybody just uses Salana now to trade shitcoins. All right. So it's no surprise that the DEX volume of Salana was surpassed by ETH. This is probably going to change pretty quickly because there's definitely more whales and more size on Ethereum. And when Ethereum picks back up and starts heading back above $4,000, Salana probably won't be able to compete with the Ethereum volume. To be honest with you, this is a sign of a pendulum shifting the other way, in my opinion. ETH is going to come back at some point, and likely surpass Salana again. This to me seems like the pendulum's kind of at its end and likely starts to swing back in Ethereum's favor. But hey, if the Ethereum Foundation continues to sell hundreds of ETH every month, maybe I'm wrong and maybe ETH will keep on dumping sub $2,000 at this point. But yeah, that happened. Also, the mass extraction of the crypto market continues to happen. So here we have a tweet from Chain Audits, and they said that the M2 exchange experienced a cybersecurity incident yesterday at 3:16 a.m., resulting in the theft of $13.7 million across assets from multiple chains. The incident was swiftly addressed just over 15 minutes later. They basically reimbursed everyone with money out of their own pocket, but the hackers got away with almost $14 million here. We can read customer funds restored and additional security controls were implemented. So yeah, this is why it's best. Not every exchange is going to reimburse their customers. This is why it's best to always only leave money on exchanges that you're basically using to actively trade. Any token that you're buying spot on an exchange should be withdrawn to your own self-custody wallet. This is basic crypto stuff, and you should be aware of this already, but I think it's a good thing to repeat it for everybody who might be newer to the market, or for all the lazy people out there that can't be asked to withdraw their coins off of the exchanges. You should withdraw your coins off of exchanges. Here's why. Now, let's get into some more crypto stuff, and let's finish up this news before we get into our live chat here. So Binance Blockchain Week is taking place. It might be over already. But CZ, the founder of Binance, did his first interview with Altcoin Daily at this conference. And I want to go ahead and play a clip here from this interview. And guys, let me know if you can hear. Let me know if you can hear the audio. Otherwise, we're going to have to pivot really quickly. But this is important. CZ's talking about what he expects for the market basically going forward. Good take here. Listen to it. And let me know if you can hear the audio. Can't hear it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Can't hear. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I see that. Let's see. I am shifting back to OBS for my live streams. I'm just kind of finalizing the design. And when we have that, we're going to be able to play clips like this without a problem. You know what? I'm not going to hold up the stream. I'll leave the link in the chat. You can watch it on your own time. Skip to 15 minutes in if you want to hear the part that I was going to play. But I'm not going to hold up our live stream trying to find out some technical difficulty stuff when I'm live. When we have OBS up and running again, we will go ahead and be able to play audio no problem. But for now, we will keep it moving. Links in the live chat. You can skip to 15 minutes after this live stream, though, to hear what CZ has to say. All right. So let's get into some live chat stuff here, guys. Shout out to Lucas. Thoughts on Alien Base and Talent Protocol. No idea what Talent Protocol is. Alien Base, I believe, is a DEX on the Base network. And it's really no different from Aerodrome or Uniswap. It's a version 3 DEX, so I don't really think there's too much special about it personally. It's basically infrastructure for trading meme coins. Renum19, what's up, Renum? He says, yo, Connor, spill the alpha. Let's go. What's up, Renum? Good to have you here. And we got Fiat Hater. What is going on, Fiat? All day Dre with us. We got Kazuya. What's up, Kazuya? Kelly, can we look at ARWR? We'll look at altcoin requests a bit later on. Shout out to Ladra Doodle. He says, smash the like button, folks. Yes, the like goes a very long way. It helps me out a ton. So, guys, smash up that like button if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you for your support. We got Ringo37. He says, thanks, Connor. It's a Saturday afternoon live stream for me where I am. Smash the like, everyone. Well, Ringo, enjoy your Saturday afternoon right here at Crypto Empire where we dominate the crypto market. And yes, you heard the man. Smash the like button. Indeed. Frank, Trump win by a landslide. I mean, look, you'd think so. That's what I mean, that's what makes perfect sense. But let's not forget where we're at in the world. We're in weak times. So during weak times, people don't think straight. So who the heck knows how it's going to go? Still like Based AI. Yeah, I still think Based AI is solid. Connor, can you check Ponky? We'll look at that in a moment as we get into our altcoin requests. Let's see. YouTuber Go Kill. Hello, can you please look at ALPH? We'll look at that in a little bit. Beanstalk, what's up, Beanstalk? He says, no selling bags here, waiting for retail. I like the plan, even though at this point in time, you know, they're not here, right? We can just look at these total charts and see pretty clearly they aren't here. Also, I remember all of 2023, I feel like a broken record, basically. All of 2023, I was saying the same thing, especially inside of the Discord mastermind, right? Like, no new money is coming in. Well, then what happened in October? Bang, we had new money come in, and we printed pretty damn hard. So I feel like a broken record. It's like a repeat of 2023, where, guys, no new money's coming in, things of that nature. Obviously, there's still ways to make money. You can trade actively. You can be in the shitcoin trenches, but for the most part, investments are not necessarily going to play out until we get this type of movement. So yeah, that's what's going on in terms of retail coming to the market. Hello, Stacy. How are you? What's going on? Michael says, welcome back, Connor. Hope all is still going well with you. Awaiting a second Trump victory surprise win. Well, listen, man, I wouldn't be surprised if he won. I think that's the logical thing to happen. But again, weak men create hard times. And we're in hard times. It's just a clown world. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I guess half of the population would. Right? Purple-haired people, pink hair. Anyway, Stacy says political theater instead of political constitutional policies. You got that right, Stacy. You got that right. And Michael says, despite the Bitcoin dip in the market being down, I'm heavily crushing it with Nairo on ETH. All right, cool. We'll look at Nairo ETH in a moment. And Abdul says, I'm currently in a Ponky long, but I nearly long the top. All right, a few different comments here. We will look at some altcoin requests though for now. So we got ARWR. I believe that's ARWR. Let me double check. Yes, it is. All right, so this is the weekly. It is continuing to dip. I mean, this is, you can take one look at it and see the falling wedge here, but it is a wedge that continues to fall. It's a pretty perfect wedge, actually. So listen, I'm trusting my lines. I don't know when I put this line at 1350 on the chart. It was probably like years ago, but it's there for a reason. So I'm not sure what your specific question is, but $13.50 is a major level of support here that likely will produce somewhat of a bounce. And you can also see that level over here on the left. And price is getting awfully close to it. And on the daily, we are below Monday's low and very close to this level at 1350. And it'll also be another test of this line, the descending wedge line. So I would be looking for around 1350. And Abdul is very worried about his Ponky long, so we can take a look at that for Abdul. All right. Get rid of that. And I'd prefer to actually go here to look at Ponky. There we are. Okay. So you're worried that you long the top. Now, I don't really condone taking entries on Friday evenings. Just because the weekend is a different trading environment than weekdays when your TradFi markets are open. Volume does tend to dry up, but meme coins can put in, double-digit percent moves over weekends. You're at resistance. So you longed resistance, Abdul. There's no doubt about that. You did long resistance. Up here at 52 cents, really. So what you're basically praying for a breakout, and I've learned that you never want to pray in a trade, right? You never want to be hoping or praying that a trade goes in your direction. You want to have a plan that you follow based off of strict parameters, and you should be okay with either result happening. So with that, make sure you're not over leveraged or over positioned or anything like that. So down here on the 4 hour, you basically have this consolidation forming, some whipsaw price action. So you obviously do not want to see price break beneath this low. I'm sure everyone has their stop loss right here below 48 cents, which does mean that also this low is front ran. So you see how they're building up the lows here? Higher low, higher low. They're kind of building up liquidity. So I could see a move over the weekend where it goes like this and then like this if it's going to continue higher. Basically a sweep of 48 cents and then rally higher. So be careful about that. But overall, Ponky is performing really well in a market that isn't really doing too much for the most part. If you go to our meme watch list here on TradingView, Ponky's the highest gainer on this list. Polyfi coins is just kind of waiting for the election, I suppose. I did expect more of a rally into them personally. We'll see how these go, I suppose. We will see. I mean, it's really not much of a move. And the market overall is in a weird place. And they've basically formed sideways ranges. So it's below your mean. It's below your daily 200 EMA. A lot rides on the winner of this election. If Trump wins, I mean, these are going to send. They're Trump coins. They're named after him. But yeah, if he loses, it could get ugly. So if you're holding any Polyfi coins, understand that fully. Understand that fully going into next week. You can use stop losses if you want to go that route. Anyways, Abdul, that's Ponky. Hope that helped. And YouTuber GoKill is going to buy ALPH, and he wants to see what I have to say about the price chart, I suppose. Well, it's pretty similar to a lot of other price charts. You have a higher low currently with 95 cents, essentially $1 as your low. And it's been selling off hard after a big pump on, it did pump on volume, but I guess miners are selling into that pump. I'm not sure what's going on. I can see price coming back down to $1 here. $1.03. Just with how much selling there's been, basically all the buying that happened on Tuesday got sold off. So it kind of neutralized that mega pump. If you're going to see continuation, you want to hold 115, but I'd say that there's a decent chance it comes back down to around 105, sweeps the Monday low, and then continues in its sideways range for now, right? Its range high is up here at $2. So if you want to buy it, you're buying in the discount of the range, right? Below the 50% level, which is a good thing. And you shouldn't let a possible 10% drop deter you from, buying an asset that has the potential to put in multiples. So that's what I think about the chart. Again, don't wait for 10% lower to buy something that you think could 10x in price. But at the same time, understand it could possibly go down to $1 again. And Michael talking about Nairo ETH. So this is the Cabal Nairo. And I'm curious, how is it performing? All right. So what I see here, I just see a range. Right? Range high, range low, range high again. It's just kind of chopping and slopping. Now, this could end up being an inverse head and shoulders if it manages to essentially, this could be classified as a bull flag, and it manages to break your resistance level over here. Kind of a wacky chart. Total Cabal coin here. But nonetheless, yeah, bulls want to see this bull flag play out. It makes more sense on the lower time frames, like the 4-hour. You can see it clear, and we'll draw it properly. Like so. Like so, and your measured move would take you back up to 18 cents here, almost 19 cents. But at the same time, I've seen this coin trade for months. I know how it moves, so if you're going to play the breakout, be smart. All right, don't top blast it. And understand at the same time that I wouldn't be shocked if it ran the lows again. That's what I'm trying to say here. Just rip off the Band-Aid. I wouldn't be shocked at all if this thing ran the lows again. Just of how it trades. It likes to shake people out and then pump mega, just as it did over here. All right, you guys remember this? I do. So, I mean, to screw the most amount of people, it would run the lows and then pump. But it is in a bull flag right now, so that could be a legitimate bull flag. Speaking about bull flags, look at appu. Appu here on the 4-hour. Well beneath Monday's low. In a bull flag. Price sweeping the 68-cent level and reclaiming. What's the market cap? Like 200 something million for appu? 235 million for appu. Had its first run up. One of Murad's top meme coins. It's a good meme coin. I mean, it's a good frog. I've used this meme for a long time before it became a meme coin. I think it's a much funnier version than Pepe for sure. They got the Mystic Mac, shilling appu. Keep an eye on this one. And logical level to bounce from as well. This will move on its own, right? It's a Murad coin, so it has demand. It has more things than other meme coins have. So it could for sure put in another leg on its own. It's less correlated to the overall market is what I'm trying to say. What's your biggest bag this cycle? At the moment, it is BitTensor with the way it's been pumping. Shout out Warthog Thunderbolt. He says, good evening, y'all. What's going on? Hewitt, you can also launch your own crypto. Not interested in that, Hewitt. I'm good. By having success investing in other cryptocurrencies, I'm in a position where I have zero need to launch my own. So I'll pass on that. Thank you. And Abdul says, Connor said Clown World. That's why I expect Kamala to win. And Niraj says that Alan Lichman, the guy who predicted the last 9 out of 10 election wins, predicts that Kamala will win. Any thoughts? Well, listen, he's been wrong once at least. So it's not like he's 10 out of 10. You know what my thoughts are. I want Trump to win. I'm not a lib, right? So I could give a damn about any of the stuff they care about. I care about the things that actually matter. So yeah, I hope Alan is wrong. That's what I think about that. Yup says, do we pack up and leave if Kamala wins or bull run still on? Bull run still on, but definitely turbulence to the downside if the commie wins for sure. And let's see. Hey, Connor, 2025 year end, what do you see? I see that in regards to the crypto market, it's most likely well topped out by then. And let's see. Buy zone for Caspa and conservative price prediction this cycle. So my conservative price prediction has always been $1 to $3 is the max bullish price prediction, and I've said many times how I like to see it go to $2 to $3. So yeah, the conservative prediction is still a 10x to like, what is that, a 20 billion market cap? 30 billion. Look, if Cardano can go to 90 billion, Casper can go to 30. That's my rationale. Obviously, the market's very much so different with memes now compared to the last cycle. But still, as a top layer one, it's already made its way into the top 30 cryptos. So I see no reason why it can't continue rising the ranks. When you look at its competition up here, it's just like a sea of trash. You got Polkadot at 23. I mean, people think Polkadot's going to 10x again. Ain't nobody buying your bags, bro. So good luck with holding that one. I'd rather hold Casper than something like Dot. Anyways, buy zone. Well, let's look at our chart here. Where's the buy zone on this chart? It's down here, like 10 cents. Hope that helps. Cali Gold, he says, I think Blub is ready for re-entry round 2. So we got a Sui meme. Let's look at Sui first, because there's a strong correlation between the Sui coin itself and the Sui meme coins like Blub, the fish. Now, Sui, similar to Bitcoin, is trying to break its all-time high. It is one of the stronger altcoins. And with that, it's also in a bull flag on the 4-hour time frame. So look, I mean, market's setting up now to push, right? These setups could obviously fail, but the chart is printing bull flags on many assets across the board. I've shown you a few already this stream. So if this thing's going to stay bullish, I mean, it's going to hold this bull flag and it's going to break out of it and go into a new all-time high for Sui. And that would be a great thing for Sui meme coins. Now, the orange zone is your level of interest. If it does come down there, expect a bounce. And there is a direct correlation when Sui does good and the Sui memes do good. So if we look at Blub over here, it's in a level, it's in a zone. So I agree with you. I agree with you, Cali Gold. Over a 60% drop down into this level on meme coins, especially new ones, you want to look for that 60 to 80% drop. So it's giving you that. It's holding this level as support. And sometimes it's as simple as it just reverses out of the level. Sometimes you don't have to deal with any shenanigans like sweeps, things of that nature. Sometimes it simply just reverses from demand, clean. And that could very well play out on Blub. If Sui pumps, Blub is probably going to pump from this level. And Renum says, check mudang. Okay. Well, while we're on the topic of bull flags, I suppose we can talk about mudang. There's a very clean bull flag on mudang. So, study. Horizontal there, or you can take this wick, same level, 19.7 cents. That's support. Midline is currently used as resistance. So you're wedging. Sweep at the bottom here would take out these lows. And it would also be a third tap of your bull flag. I like the power of threes. Tends to work well. So yeah, look for that to happen on mudang, but it isn't a bull flag. You need to let it develop more. It's not as clean as some of the others, but overall, the structure is there. Let's see. BNB Dream. Connor, please check on PSPS chart on ETH. They've been longer in the market than any other meme token there is. So yeah, for sure, a long history on this chart. And I mean, the weekly looks quite good. So you're at a very major support. Here's support, resistance, flip, SR flip. You've heard the term before. So you're just simply looking for a reclaim of this level. So, price can go ahead and continue in its trajectory higher. Now you got a nice breakout here on volume, higher volume than it's had in many months back on the 16th of September. Consolidation and the volume has picked up again this week. So yeah, I mean, you want to see this thing reclaim and then start to rally. The weekly does look strong. It did bottom out with a nice rounding bottom. And it's about to kind of reclaim its major critical support level that was lost back here in June. And reclaiming this level would be a very good sign for the token because, I mean, it simply means that the price is strong and it wants to rally higher. Let's see. Heavy Chevy says that. He says, can you give me a thought on Uniswap? I'm in at 650. Been sitting on it, but could have played these 5% pumps after like an 820 sell of what I have. So if you're buying a coin for a 5% pump, that's a completely different strategy, right? If you bought Uniswap to like hold it, then don't even worry about the 1 hour chart when it moves 5% and down 5%. Two completely different strategies. Now, Uniswap is an old cycle coin. This thing has been around since 2020. My thesis is that the new cycle coins created after 2023 will outperform all of these old cycle coins. That's largely been true for the past year, and I expect that to continue. So I would say I wouldn't hold Uniswap. I would say it's better to trade it and go for those 5% moves if you're going to do anything with this asset at all. But I wouldn't hold it as an investment because, again, my philosophy is that the new coins created post 2023 or at the end of 2022 that haven't seen a full bull market yet will outperform the coins that have already seen a full cycle bull and bear. And like I said, that's largely been true so far. Do you see, Niraj says, do you see GOAT being the meme play of the cycle? Two of the biggest narratives of this combined AI and meme, also has the first mover advantage. Personally, I don't kind of see it being the meme play of the cycle, no. It is new and exciting, I suppose. It's at a pretty interesting level currently. However, I mean, it is bull flagging on a larger time frame, right? I mean, it's pretty clean too. To answer your question, no, I don't see it being the major play of this cycle. There's probably going to be something new in a week from now that's going to make everyone forget about this. Probably. It just reminds me of all of the AI charts from March of this year. Doesn't matter which one, they're all the same. Just reminds me of all this, especially the way look at the way it looks right now. Right, it just reminds me of this part. Reminds me of all of these other AI coins from earlier in the year. Now, maybe this one is different, but at the same time, The market's still very much PvP. If anything, it needs to cool off for a few weeks to maybe a few months. I would say long consolidation, and then it can resume. But you have to understand, I think it's called the law of reflexivity. When an asset rises in price so quickly, it needs to kind of come back to gravity eventually, or at least needs some time to cool off and go sideways and kind of reset all the indicators, things of that nature. So yeah, that's what I think about GOAT. I personally don't want to buy it up here. I feel like it's overvalued. Trust me, I know what happens if you buy an overvalued AI coin. You get shafted. So I'll leave this one to you guys. But that's what I think about GOAT. Cricket Critic says, good job, Connor. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your support. And Doge. The Doge coin. By the way, guys, smash up that like button if you're enjoying the live stream so far. Appreciate all of your support. And because Doge is a hot topic, let's go ahead and look at it. So rejected up here at 17.5. It looks exactly like Sui. What did we just look at that looked exactly like this? Anyways, very similar market structure across a lot of these coins. And like I've just said, everything's setting up to push. But these setups could end up invalidating, especially because the election's next week, right? Everything looks amazing. Charts look great. I mean, everything's at resistance. Remember, resistance is typically where assets sell off. And leading into the election, that is somewhat of a concern. But anyways, Doge at a major pivot up here. Tried to make a higher high, did make a higher high technically, but it was rejected at the level. So it's in buy the dip mode. And the question basically is, what will end up being the level to buy the dip? Well, I have a saying, it's to bid the Monday mid. And your Monday mid is at 15. And your Monday low is down here, 14 cents. Also, there's a nice demand zone on the 4-hour time frame that is formed down here at 14 cents. So I will be waiting for slightly lower on Doge. At the same time, though, if the market's going to stay strong here and continue in its aggressive uptrend, because Dogecoin has been in an aggressive uptrend, you can see that looking at this chart, it will end up holding these levels that you don't think are going to hold, and the dips will be shallow and short-lived. So that's what I think about Dogecoin. I mean, if I was looking to get an entry, I would be looking closer to 14 cents, but it's on support here, right? Bottom of the red zone is undoubtedly a support level. This red box is on the chart for a reason. It didn't randomly appear there. I put it there for a reason. And if you didn't know, when it comes to my boxes on the charts, the top of them and the bottom of them are very key price levels. Notice already how it's holding the bottom as support. So anyways, if price is going to stay in the strong aggressive uptrend, it will hold this level at 15.6. If not, look for it to come down closer to 14. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave you to your weekends. I'm going to go let you enjoy yourselves and, do whatever you need to do. It's time to wrap up this live stream. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please let me know by liking the live stream. It helps me out a lot. Goes a really long way. Smash up the like button. I appreciate all of your support. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel. I'd appreciate some feedback as well. If you wanted to drop a comment on the new video posted today, let me know what you think about the editing style, all that kind of stuff. And it's also a very informative guide. So go watch the new video posted today on the channel and leave a comment on what you think about it. But all in all, that's all for me today. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back on Sunday with a live stream. You can expect an upload or two of regular videos to close out the week. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll be back on Sunday. We got a few days until the election. Vote Trump. Make America great again, 2024. Have a good night. See you later. Vote Trump.